Good morning, Patriot Sam. I don't know what to call the day, man. I really don't. I really, really don't.
I mean, it's Thursday, but it feels some kind of way. And Allie, I remembered from church how to silence my phone.
Okay.
I just looked at it and see it wasn't, the little thing wasn't. You
I'm
can
glad you
teach an
said
old
that.
dog new tricks, apparently.
You can. It's true.
It's
That's what
true.
redemption and grace is for.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's
I'm like, wait, where was my amen? All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining us. This is Open Mic Ladies with Allie Leger and Michelle Posey, and we are glad you are here with us on this lovely Thursday morning. We're a bit chilly this morning. It was like 61 degrees. Listen, Florida is wild. We are not used to this chilly weather.
No.
I kind of want to keep it, but it's going to be 90 degrees today, so it's fine.
So you don't know how to dress here in the southern regions because you leave the house, it feels like fall, kind of wintry. And then you come out for lunch and you're in the middle of the sun.
Yep. And
so we're like boots with dresses because we don't know. We're just as confused as the weather. We don't know. We're only women. What do you want us to do? Thank you so much for joining us.
Change of clothes for the afternoon. It's crazy.
We've got a lot to talk about, Allie. There was some commotion going on in the chambers last night of the House. Plus, we've got the Epstein files that are being released. I don't know how much new information we're going to get from it, but we also want to touch base on the fact that Mamdani is going to be visiting the White House. What does that potentially look like?
You know why?
Let's focus on, you know what, for this first hour after we roll the intro, let's focus on people that probably really should be censured. And I'm talking for doing things that are like illegal.
Thank you.
But they're Democrats, so people don't want to talk about it, but we will. Let's go ahead and open the mic.
Taking back our freedom, back to where we started. We're wearing our red hat tonight. It takes more than just a feeling. Oh, better be believing, and America's gonna be home.
What do you do when they try to cancel you? MAGA Nation, we cancel proof. My red hat stays on. My red hat stays on. You know I love God, but in Trump I trust. November 5th, he gon' ride with us. Our red hat stays on. Our red hat stays on. It's the mayor MAGA, the RNC King. 2024, freedom gon' ring. Mr. Red, White, and Blue. I'm still fighting for each one of you. And keep your red hat on.
Girl, we're sitting here talking about weather, and the wind is blowing in that last scene. I mean,
it's crazy. It really was.
How we're standing upright, I don't know. It's just
we need to change it. We need to get on that. I don't know why
we're
we haven't
working
done
on
it yet.
We're working on it. We got the new song coming, and I need our viewers to reach out to us, not in our DMs, in the comment section, and let us know. We have the opportunity to have an original song here for Open Mic. You're gonna love it, but what do we do with Red Hat Stays On? Do we keep it maybe for commercial breaks? Do we still because we still love it? So I don't know. I don't know what we do. It's
maybe leave it at maybe. You know what? I think we should put it as the outro.
Oh, ooh, I like that.
Put it as the outro. You know what I mean? Because it is. We're MAGA is a movement that is supposed to outlive us, and Trump started it with "Make America Great Again," and I really think that is a symbol. Like, keep your red hat on. Doesn't matter what we're facing. You need to keep it on, because who doesn't want America to be great?
Yep. Amen. Amen. I will amen that. I love that. Well, Allie, I guess we should probably start by letting our viewers know we're kind of a little heavy in the first half of the show, just because you have to know all the things that are going on. When I don't want to, but when we get punished as Americans, everyday Americans, for breaking the law, we may not like it, right? But you do the crime, you do the time. It is so extremely frustrating to see people that we elect to represent us then feel like somehow they are beyond that same accountability. And this is literally we call this the state of our leadership. This is what's elected to represent. Well, not me because they're Democrats, but I would never elect them. But this is what they're elected. They've been elected to represent the country. And this is what they're doing. This is breaking. There are 3. Take a look at this. We'll show you a picture of each. There are 3 congressional Democrats who are currently under federal indictment. Okay, there's a stage of like, this isn't censoring. This is like, no, you done bad.
Right. Like federal indictment.
Yay.
A federal indictment. Like, I need people to understand what that means.
Yes, ma'am.
You have the DOJ literally investigating you for alleged crimes. That's what this is.
It is LaMonica McIver. Remember, she was the one that was in the red suit outside the ICE facility for assaulting a federal agent.
Elbows.
She's under indictment. I mean, and you dress in red.
Listen, women, a ludicrous video.
We know how to be covert when we have to be, right? Like, we understand camouflage when we're going out and doing the stuff. She was in a red jumpsuit. She looked like Kool-Aid, and she's out there assaulting an officer. It's not going to happen. Anyway, we have Sheila Cherfilus-McCormick, hyphenated last name, from Florida, right here in Florida. Yeah, we elect those bad Democrats too. Stealing
$5 million.
$5 million from FEMA. For her
FEMA.
campaign. Oh my God. Okay, so true story. True story. Ran for office in 2024. House was also largely destroyed by Hurricane Ian in 2023.
Yeah.
2024. So when you go through and you take FEMA funds for anything, Small Business Administration, disaster loan, it doesn't matter. When you're going through and you're filling out that paperwork, there are 2 or 3 prompts. Like, did you see this? Did you see this? Did you see it again? That clearly state what these funds cannot be used for. And you have to click out of that stuff. And so when I saw this, I was like, hold up, because I remember in my head thinking, would somebody really use these funds for their campaign? Yeah, they would. And they got a D after their name. The other one is
hang on. I want to just chime in real quick.
Go
ahead. There's a job opportunity on Daybook where the office of Congresswoman Sheila McCormick is hiring a communications strategist. The ideal candidate is a crisis manager and will serve as the spokesperson and primary communications advisor to the congressman.
Oh, maybe she needs to go hire. She needs to hire Olivia Pope. You can't Pope the way out of this.
Nope, I'm already taken.
She's looking for somebody to work in the spin room so they can figure out how to spin
Olivia Pope
this.
is not real. Olivia Pope is an idea, and nobody does that better than me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They've even got Henry Cuellar. He is from Texas for bribery. I mean, that's what we want to see representing us, right, in Congress.
Bribery.
Again, currently under federal indictment, these 3. Bribery.
But what are we focused on? Because y'all know what happened yesterday.
Y'all know.
I'm just gonna leave it there. Because how does that personally affect you? And then you're worried about, but what if they're compromised? How can a foreign adversary use this information for this member and keep them compromised while they're sitting on this committee? But this stuff is not compromisable. This stuff does not get you held by foreign adversaries for bribery and stealing $5 million from FEMA and elbow. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about?
Make it make sense.
While we're focused on what's happening there, you know what we're not talking about? We're not talking about Epstein and the connections with the Democrats. We're not talking about the Islamification of America. We're not talking about arresting the murderers and drug dealers and all of the sex traffickers that have been allowed to come across the country. We still don't have justice for J6. We still don't have justice for the Russia collusion. We still don't have justice for the spies that were spying on our Congress members. What are we talking about?
It's one huge distraction. Hey, we learned this. Anybody who had small children once upon a time knows how you redirect. We're being redirected largely as the population, John Q. public. We're being redirected. But I will give a shout out to this one independent journalist who sought out Sheila McCormick from Florida to ask her a question. Listen, when you're elected, you don't get to dodge the microphone. You really don't. You can say no comment, but you can't really dodge the microphone. Take a listen.
She was back in the district at this event. We tried again.
I also wanted to ask you about the investigation into your families. But this is also part of her congressional duties. Congresswoman, you know, you're under investigation for the congressional ethics for violation of campaign finances. Congresswoman,
Wow.
This is your district. You have to answer to these people.
That's wild right there.
Congresswoman.
Attorneys for her family's healthcare company aren't answering the I-Team's questions either. And the Department of Emergency Management says they won't comment on ongoing litigation, leaving taxpayers and her constituents wondering what happened to those millions.
Oh, boy.
Will you be that person for me when somebody comes up with a microphone? Will you carry a black folder and just no? Because you know what? You should listen. When you're innocent, you know what you want to do? Talk about it. I understand it might be an open investigation. She can't actually talk about that. But you're elected to office. When have you ever known a politician to turn away a microphone when they're guilty? She could have talked about anything else. She could have been like, I currently can't make a statement on that, but here's what I am doing. I'm doing this.
That's what I'm saying. Pivot. These people don't know anything about strategy anymore.
Pivot.
Nobody knows how to pivot the conversation, talk about actual issues. Listen, this is
We already started off the morning in trouble. It's okay. Just keep being in trouble. It's okay. It's the new comfort zone I operate in. So you know who I do want to give a round of applause to?
What? Tell me.
My representative
Steube.
from right here, Greg Steube. Because check this out, Representative Greg Steube, we love you, will move to expel Representative Sheila, I can't say that middle name, McCormick, the Democrat from Florida, from Congress after she was indicted for stealing $5 million in FEMA money for her campaign. Tomorrow morning, meaning today, he will file a privilege motion to censure her and strip her of her committees first. Steube said, and I'm quoting him, and once House Ethics concludes their investigation or she is formally convicted, rest assured I will move to expel her from Congress.
Very good.
It.
Very, very good. Very good. And now they don't have another case that they can hold over weak Republicans so that they can actually get this done.
This should have, and I'm telling you, what happened last night, what happened last night with Corey Mills should have happened a long time ago. Send that shit to the ethics committee and let's move on with business.
Well, because
park that where it should be.
And the only reason why we say that is, one, if it really is an issue, then send it where it needs to go for an investigation. Two, stop leaving it open so that it can be used as leverage.
Let's close it. Let's close that chapter. Absolutely. And you know what? I'm just going to say this. I'm just going to say this. What did he say when he stood at the podium? I look forward to defending my innocence. If they won't say that, I'm concerned about whether or not they're innocent or guilty. Because
he said he's got all the receipts. I got all the receipts, and I'm happy to give them to you.
I'm telling you what. You can, our viewers, all we're saying is, if you think somebody is guilty, let's move it along, and let's give them a chance to defend themselves, rightfully so. I can't wait to see how this folds out. But I'm happy that it's my congressman that is doing it. Greg Steube has been an advocate for veterans affairs, and for a lot of things, actually. And one of the things I will say, and he would say this too, we don't agree on everything. And he still takes my call when he knows it's not going to be something favorable. And we still treat each other with respect. And that's what you want out of somebody that's going to represent your district. So huge fan, huge fan. Allie, so let's talk about the huge
elephant in the room.
Pedophile elephant in the room. Jeffrey Epstein. I need for everyone to understand, because largely we have an audience across the nation, some international. So I want to make sure everybody understands. In 2008-ish, I might be off by a year or so, but Jeffrey Epstein was convicted here in the state of Florida for a number of charges, including prostitution. Not him, but peddling and prostitution. Nobody wants that. Nobody would have paid for that. I'm sorry, but peddling and prostitution, and them being under 18. So we've known about this, do the math, for a long time. All right. So now Trump has asked the Republicans to deliver him a bill that will open up all the things on Epstein. It's going to be signed, if not already. I don't think it was signed last night. I think the last vote was had just taken place. Anyway, it's going to be signed. The emails are going to start flooding in. Some of it's going to be redacted. But what we're seeing largely as things trickle out is that
like
people,
all the words are that you're gonna only be able to see is and a.
It'll be like NASA paperwork where it's all like.
You're gonna see any of it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's okay. You know you can hold that stuff up to the light.
Not if they redact it right.
Is our government that smart? Probably.
I don't know.
But what we're hearing, sources are telling me, is that it's not just people that are in high positions politically, but leaders across the nation, across the globe, from other countries, people that are wealthy that you may not know their name, people that are in professional sports, people that are in Hollywood, which we've all kind of known this. But here's my thing, Allie. I don't understand why, after the 2008 conviction here in Florida of Jeffrey Epstein, why do some of these people are making the case that, well, but he was a donor, and so did you not know since 2008 what he was guilty of? Why do you not cut the ties? I was just talking to a friend this morning. You are very much judged by the company you keep. You know what you do? Trump, when you find out at Mar-a-Lago that this pedo Jeffrey Epstein is harassing people, you kick him out like he did. You cut ties and say, no, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be around you anymore.
Not all money is good.
They were out with two hands, like, what can you give me? What kind of money can you give me? And I think that shows poor taste. If somebody's being convicted of prostitution with people children under the age of 18, is there no line that you will draw when you reach out for money for your campaign? You have no moral compass whatsoever?
Probably not.
Lord Jesus.
Probably not, especially if they're coming to them open-handed, like, give me money for my campaign.
Gimme. So here is what Trump said.
That makes you a liability, does it not? That requires some kind of censorship, does it not? That might require some kind of, I don't know, investigation, does it not? Because
Absolutely. So take a look at what Trump posted. Trump signs out. He did sign into law the release of the Epstein files. He called out to Epstein and his allies, Democrats, which you're going to see in these files, guys, a lot of who he was reaching out to, who Jeffrey Epstein was reaching out to be able to influence and help. And they were on the left side of the aisle. He says Jeffrey Epstein, who was charged by the Trump Justice Department in 2019, was a lifelong Democrat, donated thousands of dollars to Democrat politicians, and was deeply associated with many well-known Democrat figures, including Bill Clinton, Larry Summers, and others. So we will watch this. I don't think this is going to become main stage here on this show, let alone anywhere else, because I think we know what we know, that people are dirty, and the swamp isn't just in D.C. It's wherever D.C. has footprints, and that includes your local areas. But yeah.
So I like what Tim Burchett said. He said the swamp is something beautiful that God created. This is a sewer. I said, oh.
Representative Burchett, we love you. He was not there when we were there. We tried. Just kidding. We need to just go next time with Liberty Cigars, and we need to just make our rounds. Right?
Awesome.
Allie and I planning our next DC trip. Meanwhile,
it'll be in December. We're going to some Christmas parties, so it'll be fun.
Does that mean we get to dress up?
Yeah. I'm excited.
Women always want a reason to dress up. So let's talk about the other elephant in the room. This one is the communist socialist elephant. Mamdani is apparently going to visit the White House. Trump says, communist mayor of New York has asked for a meeting. We've agreed that this will take place in the Oval Office Friday. Oh my gosh! So maybe we'll get some photos from that live while we're on here. But further details to follow. So we saw that Trump was one of the few people that was able to get Zelensky to actually put on a jacket and look like he was going to a business meeting. I wonder what kind of behavior Mamdani's going to have, and I wonder what the ask is going to be. You know, he's coming to try to have some kind of photo op.
Yeah, well, it's because Kathy Hochul will not sign off on his crazy, like, free buses and like all these things. She's like, no,
the Democrat governor of New York is like, you are too far.
She's like, we're not doing that. And so he's like, well, how am I supposed to make the promises? And so he's going to Daddy Trump like everybody else does, because they just know he knows. And Trump is. I cannot wait for this. Yes.
And this is what I love about Trump is that he's in a lot of ways, I think, a bigger person than I am because he's able to still have the meetings with people. Like that's something that I'm learning as we run for office, that you cannot be afraid to meet with, not afraid, you cannot be so so staunch in your beliefs that that you won't sit down with somebody.
Yes.
And I think when you watch how Trump does this, the reason I believe that he allows people like this to sit down with him, whether it's Zelensky or whether it's Russia or China.
To be honest.
It is, but he is a person of influence. And when you're able to influence culture, politics, business, then you have to make sure you're sitting in these rooms. So I almost look forward to see maybe Mamdani's a little bit malleable and maybe he's realizing I've overstepped and overpromised. I'm over my skis. I can't do this. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I think you're right on the target there with that. President Trump is a man of influence and he's like the master negotiator. So I don't think Mamdani knows what he's getting into. He has no idea. He has not prepared for a man like Trump.
No, because he's followed the same footsteps of the most famous community organizer ever, former President Barack Hussein Obama, and so they think that they've talked their way into every single power position they've had. Right? Largely not much of a resume, just a good talker.
And you can't do that with President Trump. You just can't. He's gonna learn the hard way. You remember who is that? You gonna learn today. Who said that? What comedian is that?
I don't know.
Is that Kevin Hart?
You're gonna learn today? I don't know.
You gonna learn today. I can't listen. He is. He gonna learn today. Well, tomorrow.
So you guys, make sure you lock it here, 10 a.m. Eastern to Open Mic Ladies, because we keep one hand on the phone, making sure that we're up to date.
Hang on. Breaking
news. You know what
news.
I mean?
Congressman Greg Steube says, on second thought, I have decided to skip censure and move straight to expulsion. Defrauding the federal government and disaster victims of $5 million is an automatic disqualifier from serving in elected office. McCormick needs to be swiftly removed from the House before she can inflict any more harm on Congress, her district, and the state of Florida. I will be filing the resolution today. If she refuses to resign and save Congress the embarrassment of having to expel her, I will bring this resolution to the floor for a vote.
Sorry, I'm texting.
We're texting
him right
Congressman
now.
Greg Steube right now and saying thank you very much, sir.
Open mic ladies say. I said open mic ladies say.
Woo! Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
That's amazing.
That is leadership right there. That part. Because he understands, one, proper roles and responsibilities of the office in which he is privileged to sit in, and two, he has a spine and knows what actually matters to the people of Florida, what actually matters to the people of America, and he's actually acting on it. Thank you very much, because he understands that censure is just a smack on the wrist. It is public humiliation.
And why waste the time?
It is
why
public
waste
theater.
the time? And I'm telling you, people can say what they want about some of our elected representatives. I have not always agreed with most of my elected representatives, and they're all Republican. And he is one person that always responds. Always responds.
Always.
And it's like, and
he's not even my congressman, and I can call him or go to his office and visit. And he's like, how can I help you, Allie?
Yep. And thank you for your service.
Yep.
And good family man. That's all we're going to say.
His wife is amazing. And she's
wife is amazing and gorgeous. Okay, so let's pivot. Thank you, Congressman Steube, and your family. You're amazing. So, did you know, Allie, I didn't know this because I don't live in D.C., but did you know that there are areas of the country, not Florida, that largely have a no cash bail? So you commit a crime, the police go and put their lives on the line to apprehend you. They bring you in. We spend tax dollars to process you and get you all through, all the process. Then, you sit in jail and you decide, I'm going to post bail. And then usually it's a drain on somebody to post bail. Either you got to get a family member to go get the money, or maybe you have to dip into your savings, whatever that may be. Now, in areas there's no cash bail. So what keeps these criminals in jail?
Nothing.
Oh my God. Who thought that was a good idea?
Nothing. Nothing.
Guys, the U.S. House just voted to ban No cash bail in Washington, D.C. Take a look at this.
On this vote, the yeas are 237, the nays are 179. The bill is passed.
Who are the 179 that were like, well, I think this is a good idea? We'll find out for you.
I mean, have they not looked at how this causes more criminals to be released? Have they not looked at what this does to the communities they say they care most about, the disenfranchised, right? The ones that they keep disenfranchising. That's why they call them disenfranchised, because they know exactly what they're doing. That part. Like,
well, so no cash bail. So what I love about this is a true businessman. Donald Trump giving direction to largely those that are Republicans that sit in the House, because he spent tax dollars and tax resources to send in the National Guard to clean up Washington, D.C. You don't spend money on an investment like that. Our investment, it's our money. He spent it. We gave him the okay on November 5th. He spent it, and now he's honoring that commitment of, you know what, we didn't just clean these streets and use your tax dollars and resources and manpower to do that and now let it go back to crap again. This is responsibility. I love this. I love this.
I like it.
And I thought Washington, D.C. was, listen, you and I walked a couple places in the evening where the sun goes down. Oh, that sounds like a country song.
It is a country song, but I knew you were going there.
Woo! My head went somewhere else. But
like country Latina.
By the way, which reminds me, when you said country, keep it locked here for tomorrow, because who are we going to have on Open Mic Ladies tomorrow? Doc Pete Chambers he's running. He's our Texan that's running for governor, going to challenge Governor Abbott there. So keep it locked. Who seems
to be a little nervous because of all the things he's doing regarding Islam right now.
And you know, Pete Chambers, and I'm sorry, I feel like I'm not being professional when I call him that, but Doc Pete Chambers, I feel like he's been talking about these topics for a long time.
Right, but good. Yeah. I'm glad that there's somebody that is in the race that is holding the feet to the fire. Like, listen, these are the issues and you need to do something about it. Because it is what it is. Whether you're doing it out of fear of losing your seat or you're doing it because it's the right thing to do, at least you're doing it.
Absolutely. So keep it locked here for many reasons tomorrow. But Allie, what I was saying is that we walked some places in the evening, and I was shocked at how peaceful and clean. Yeah,
there wasn't a lot of homeless out. Like there usually is when I'm there, and I normally don't go out afterwards unless I'm with a crowd of like people. I mean, we kind of were a little bit, but
with a crowd, but
it still was saying it was after like midnight usually, so it was good. I think it was good. It was good.
Good job, Mr. President. We appreciate it. It was so clean. It made me. I was like, I feel like I got to go home and clean house, because Washington D.C. is so orderly. It was inspirational. Real quick update, guys, on Dearborn, Michigan. Since we're talking about extreme Islam permeating into our country, you sent me this, Allie, and I love this because. Independent journalism is really where it's at. They're telling the stories that you don't always get to see, because with this thing, we can be boots on the ground in a matter of seconds. Take a look at some of the assaults that have happened in Dearborn, Michigan, and how some who wear a badge are reacting or responding. Take a listen.
So the man that's right there has been so aggressive. Show your eyes. I mean, this is about 30 minutes following you getting maced. But, I mean, we just approached 3 police officers here in Dearborn, Michigan. And basically their answer was, you can go down to this station. But it didn't seem like they were really going to do much about it here in the moment.
Yeah. They said I can go down to the station. The only problem is that the suspect is black blocked. Head to toe. You'll never find him. You'll never find the suspect again. If I go to the police station, he's going to leave. Yeah. And you'll never be able to make an arrest. So I go, please go talk to him. At least detain him for a second while I file a report with you. So he can't leave his post. I caught him 5 minutes later on a personal call in the parking lot. So he couldn't leave his post.
And on top of getting maced, I mean, they broke your phone. They took one of your sticks.
They broke my phone. They stole my mic. They stole my stick. Yeah.
So that's theft, and obviously it's
like yeah.
We'll bring it back.
And what led up to that moment?
Wow. So. Does this not remind you of Chad Caton and Nick Sorter in Portland?
Absolutely. I mean, it's the same thing. It's the same group of terrorists that are. I mean, it is what it is. There was a lady that made a post about it. I think she had reposted this, and she had said, or she had reposted Jake Lang's video where he's surrounded by radical Islamists, and she says, I come from a country where that's all they had, and she goes, I will never ever, she's like, I moved to America to be free from that. I will never live where there is a majority of Muslims, because once they take over, they become the majority. They push their ideology on everybody else, and whoever doesn't listen gets handled in a certain way.
Yeah.
So she's even blowing the whistle, like, we can't have this. America, wake up and stop entertaining the circus.
Yeah. Well, we've been, so I checked our itineraries. It's been almost 2 solid months, Allie, that we have been screaming this from the hilltops ever since someone had sent me this wonderful, maybe I'll bring it back tomorrow to show again, a wonderful collage of these Iranian women, beautiful Iranian women who are telling, they're largely our age, maybe just a little bit older, but they're talking about what Iran looked like in the Middle East, looked like largely before this extreme Islamic push, and how wonderful and prosperous it was, how women flourished. And they largely fled to areas kind of like America to be able, when the push, and they call it the red meeting the black, right? It's sort of this socialism, communism meets radical Islam. And they're sending a warning shot to America. Funded by the globalists.
Funded by the globalists. It's scary, right? Like, and it's not, we're not saying that to like be in fear, but it's you have to actually know what is going on in order for you to, stop it, right? Like, you have to know what your enemy is in order for you to conquer them. But it's almost like, so when I explain this to people, they're like, oh, well, what is that? I'm like, do you remember hearing the stories of radical extreme Christianity back in the day, right? It's the same thing. It's a gross misapplication of whatever it is they're trying to idolize, right? Whoever they're trying to idolize, their God or whatever it is. But it is a gross misapplication of that. And so when you have a gross misapplication of things, you have corruption that seeds. And when it seeds, it grows. When there is funding, and there is especially socialism, because it's oppressive. So it's just crazy. But I do have an update. I wanted to say that indicted Democrat Representative Sheila McCormick of Florida will step aside from her leadership position on a House Foreign Affairs subcommittee, quote, while the matter is ongoing, end quote, House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries' office said Thursday morning.
Okay, so look, Steube said one thing yesterday, and the ball is rolling, and that is how you lead from the front. And I think that's again, just grateful for my congressman. Allie, as we're discussing right now what's happened in Dearborn, Michigan, I did have somebody reach out to me last night. And, people are so bold. I love that people feel like they can call and tell me anything, because I will listen. I will hear you. I don't know that I'll listen. Listening means I'm going to do something about it. And I don't know, you might just get my lip. You might just get lip, and that's okay. But why are these people going to Dearborn, Michigan, when they know this area is largely radically, Islam, whatever? I said, listen to me. These people aren't going to Dearborn. This isn't a Soros-led protest where they got buses and air conditioning lunches and water bottles. They're walking down the streets of their very own neighborhood saying, you know what? I'm tired of being in the shadows and letting you run ramshot over everything. Right. I have a voice here. I should be represented here. I'm no longer the quiet majority. I'm going to, let myself be seen. And they can't largely handle it, because this extreme Islam is a lot like our extreme left. Once you get some kind of pushback, they can't handle it. So what we're seeing there in that clip, though, is them trying to get police to do something. Because, when a crime happens, right then and there, you got both parties. That's when you act.
That's when
you
you
don't
act.
tell them
You don't
both to get in their cars and go to the police station.
Go to the police station. Like,
that's literally what your police car is for. But
it doesn't make any sense.
Literally. It doesn't make any sense.
That's literally.
So, we love our blue, but I wonder if sometimes this isn't going to expose corruption in certain areas of our country where they've been taken over by extremism. Yeah,
as it should. And we've been mapping out, and we'll probably put this together and put it out maybe the next week or so. We're mapping out that these mosques are being built in mass across the nation. They're starting in Phoenix now. So it's happening in Irvine, Texas. It's happening in Florida. It's happening in Dearborn, Michigan.
Yep.
It's happening in Phoenix, in the inner cities, guys, in the inner cities. They played the long game, and we're not focused.
Oh, yeah.
We're not focused. We're focusing on distractions over here. We're not
these
focused.
terrorists, they're trained to come in and blend in your community.
Yes.
I mean, in our community right here, we had 2 of the hijackers from 9/11.
And we need people who understand them, who have been over there, that understand what that looks like, who understand warfare, who will vote 100% with Trump in the America First agenda, who put up bills that force the hand and codify the executive orders that have been out, which is a couple of House members, not all of them, but a couple of them. Right. And yet they're the ones that are targeted for reasons. I get it. But at this point, we are in a crisis for America. I need everybody to lock it down.
Lock it down.
Lock it down. Hold and focus. Hold and focus.
Yep.
That's all
Merchandise. Merch coming soon. We're just going to let you know. Allie, one quick thing before commercial break. Of course, another Florida Representative Ashley Moody, Senator Ashley Moody, exposing that in the midst of all this happening, what's the message been largely from the left? Still encouraging attacks on law enforcement, including ICE. Take a look.
All right, Senator, let's move on to another topic series. Democrat lawmakers releasing a video today encouraging members of the military to resist the administration. Check this out.
You can refuse illegal orders.
You can refuse illegal orders.
You must refuse illegal orders.
No one has to carry out orders that violate the law or our Constitution.
We know this is hard and that it's a difficult time to be a public servant.
But whether you're serving in the CIA,
the
Let's
Army,
bring it back
or Navy,
because
the
I'm
Air
nauseous.
Force.
You're vigilant.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold on 1 second. Because what? The same people that wanted you to force mask your children, the same people that told you had to walk 6 feet, the same people that told you had to get an experimental vaccination in order for you to go to work and put food on your table, the same people that swatted innocent grandmas who were praying on the Capitol steps, those same people are telling our military to not follow orders that are... I'm sorry. Did you know that President Trump actually just put out a tweet and says seditious behavior regarding this and said that's punishable by death?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm done.
Allie, listen. And I love that it's you that says this because this isn't anti-military or think about it. You've worn 2 hats largely in your history. Veteran and mom trying to defend her children from a needle they want to put in their arm that she knows caused issues with her children. I know this hits home because they didn't give you the same treatment. Hey, Allie, do you not like that needle going in your arm? Do you not feel like you truly have informed consent? Is it unconstitutional to push a medical mandate on you?
Yeah, and I was literally refused care from a medical facility. And gaslit because I would not, 1, vaccinate myself, wear a mask, or vaccinate my kids. They were even ousted out of school, which taxpayer funded, because it's all public school, right?
Thank you.
Go to school. But I had to homeschool them and pay for all of their curriculum to come forward in order for that to happen.
Amen.
Like,
you wonder why we are agitated and go to school board meetings. You wonder why we go to legislative delegations and trips to DC and here and there. Because you came for our family and our loved ones and our children and the things that people like Allie fought to.
People were kicked out of the military for not wanting to be jabbed with an experimental vaccine.
Allie, let's play that tomorrow when Doc Chambers is here, because that's exactly what he fought for. He was injured. He was vaccine injured.
But don't follow unlawful orders. Forcing someone to get something that they don't want is an unlawful order. They were not allowed to refuse. They were fired immediately. Go pack your bags right now.
And that's including first responders, right? That's including your law enforcement, medical, everything. Guys, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. We've got a ton more. Please don't go anywhere because it's going to, it's going to be like rapid fire when we come back. Just saying, buckle up. More open mic after this.
From the heart of Marietta, Georgia, comes a tribute to the spirit of liberty. Liberty Cigars, where history meets craftsmanship. Each cigar tells a story. The Founders Collection honors the visionaries who shaped a nation. The President's House Collection celebrates the leaders who steered it. And the Naval Series salutes the heroes who defended it. Handcrafted with precision, each blend mirrors the essence of its namesake. From the boldness of George Washington to the elegance of Thomas Jefferson. Indulge in a moment of reflection. Light a Liberty cigar and savor the legacy. Discover your story at libertycigars.com because every great nation deserves a great cigar. Liberty Cigars, smoke the history. And don't forget to use promo code OPENMIC for 10% off your order.
Gold IRA companies are a dime a dozen, especially in conservative media. We vetted out 34 companies and chose Augusta Precious Metals.
With the lowest across-the-board spreads in the gold IRA industry, Augusta saves Americans thousands of dollars.
They are the only major gold IRA company that has zero complaints from their customers. Zero. None.
Augusta Precious Metals does not have commissioned sales reps, which means their goals are aligned with yours.
They were the only gold IRA company that demonstrated integrity and transparency without using gimmicks.
The informative one-on-one web conferences by Augusta Precious Metals answer all of their customers' questions before they make a move.
If you're ready to learn about protecting your wealth and retirement with gold and silver, request your free gold guide from Augusta Precious Metals today.
Visit patriot.tv/gold. That's patriot.tv/gold today.
Welcome back to Open Mic with Allie and Michelle. Guys, I want to thank our viewers. We've got quite a viewership here on X watching right now our live. Thank you from wherever you're watching from. Please make sure that you comment below. We'd love to hear your feedback. I feel like largely, Allie, we are preaching to the choir because we have the most educated and most firebrand America First patriots that watch this show. But we love to hear what you think because we consider ourselves partners with you in what we do.
We don't know everything and we're not experts on everything.
Wait,
and so it's nice to be among other people, right, that are, in the fray with us. They're on the front lines with us and that understand things in a different way or have a different perspective. And I'm glad that we have this. We're not a hive mind where we have one idea and we don't challenge each other. I think the best ideas come when we're able to have great dialogue and good conversation and challenge each other in a respectful manner. And I think that's the difference between MAGA and the left and even establishment GOP.
I would say it's MAGA and the right, too. Absolutely. Allie, just want to quickly let you guys know Representative Keith Self from Texas has he did take to the floor yesterday and used his time to talk specifically about defeating the Sharia advances in Sharia law advances here in America. I want to skip past that short video for the sake of time and go straight to this announcement by Governor Greg Abbott. Of course, we reported this here first last week about the push and expansion of Sharia law courts in Texas. We know they're in California and, under the loon of Newsom, I guess you expect that. But in Texas, take a listen to what Abbott's now going to do in Texas.
On Israel, we know of at least two that exist in the Dallas area. We're looking broader in Dallas County as well as Collin County, which is right next to Dallas. And that's why I sent the letter to officials both in Dallas and Collin counties to urge them to take action to root out any Sharia courts. And I am deploying the Texas Department of Public Safety to also root out any Sharia courts anywhere in the state of Texas. To be clear, the Texas Constitution does not allow Sharia courts or Sharia law. Texas statutes have banned Sharia law, and we are going to pursue this until we purge any attempt to impose Sharia law in Texas.
Good.
It took so long.
I mean, thank you.
Bianca Gracia was on our show almost a year ago.
Yeah, talking about it.
Talking about this. And largely tooting the horn, saying, Abbott,
right?
Do something.
Like
Epic City, you might want to take a look.
And this is what I'm talking about when I say government moves at a snail's pace.
Lord.
They move at the pace in which you are able to push them. Public pressure. You have to apply your political pressure at the appropriate political pressure points. What builds pressure? Guys, I can't, we don't have enough time for me to take you through my class, but it works. We've seen it work. And you have to be involved in your local affairs.
Yeah, absolutely, Allie. For the sake of time, guys, I'm just going to skip a couple of
we're almost out of
here.
time already. My
girl, because we just, you know how it is when you get a woman talking about a topic that she's passionate about. Like, try cutting. And then there's two of us, so forget it. But I have to say, when our young people, we do a lot of work with Turning Point USA now and Club America, which is their high school chapters. And when young people get it. Guys, when you wonder why we're fighting so hard, or if you're watching this as a grandmother, grandpa, aunt, uncle, whatever, and you're like, gosh, I hope this is worth it. I hope the next generation gets it. They get it. There was a reference that Megyn Kelly made to Epstein's victims and them being still minors under the age of 18, 15 years old. Some people have said, 15, they kind of know what they're doing. Wherever you stand on this, the innocence of childhood has largely been lost due to our culture. This young lady gets it. I want to play a small portion of it. Let's go ahead and roll it.
Hey, Megyn Kelly. I'm Eloise, and I'm 14 years old. I wasn't even going to say anything because the topic is an adult one. My mom even made a video about it yesterday because we didn't feel it was an appropriate topic for a child to speak about. But after hearing you go on camera and explain that Epstein wasn't into 8-year-olds, just the barely legal type like 15, I realized you might need an actual reality check from a literal child. So let me help you out. Megyn, people in my grade are turning 15 right now. Some of us still have baby faces. Some of us still have braces. Some of us still call our parents when we're scared at night. Some of us still look like middle schoolers because we basically are. And the fact that a grown woman needs a teenager to explain that is honestly terrifying. Here's the part you seem confused about. Under federal law, anyone under 18 is a child. No asterisk. No, but they hit puberty. No, older kids don't count. Anyone under 18 is a child. You said you were just giving facts, but here's the real fact. What you said wasn't factual. It was minimizing. It was making abuse sound like a technicality. And Megyn, here's the part you really need to hear. If a 14-year-old has to get on the internet and explain to a grown adult with national platform that children are children and there's no age where abuse suddenly becomes less bad, then the problem isn't confusion, it's corruption. Because kids my age aren't supposed to be the ones correcting you. We're not supposed to be the moral compass in a room full of adults who should have known better. But here we are. If my voice makes you uncomfortable, good, it should. Because the minute adults start defending predators by debating the age of a child, you're not protecting the truth. You're protecting the predator. And you shouldn't need a freshman to tell you that.
Just so we're clear, Megyn Kelly was not making an excuse necessarily for abuse, but she was kind of making the case of, listen, it's not like he was abusing 8-year-olds. They were 15, 16, 17. And I've heard this from other people. So I just, as a mom.
Abuse is abuse. I don't care what age it is.
And the legal age for consent is 18. Not 17.
Federally.
Not 17 and a half. Not once they get their driver's license. But she wore a lot of eyeshadow. She looked older. 18.
But she's got to figure like a woman.
She liked it. I've heard that.
Yeah.
Don't come in my sphere of influence and let me hear it because my shoes are high-heeled and I use them. I'm just saying that is not okay. That is not okay. But I've heard it. I've heard it. Women, how many times have you heard that? And not, I don't want to say most men, but it's men and women. It's people that just don't want to call it like it is. If there's not something in you that gets the ick about somebody thinking that, have you ever had a 14 or 15-year-old daughter? Think about that. There's a fine line between, well, it's not that bad, and saying, no, that's still someone's child.
That is a mental illness. If you believe a 14, 15, or 16-year-old or 17-year-old is attractive to you as an adult.
And that goes both ways, men and women, because we've seen a lot of cases where these, teachers are taking advantage of high school students. Although I will say that pendulum swings both ways, because if the teacher, this is what's happened here in Florida, if the teacher's attractive and a female and the student is 15 or 16 and a male, it's like, hey, good job. Yep. No, that's still a minor.
It's still gross, right? That's abuse.
It's abuse. It's abuse.
And
Absolutely.
it messes with their minds.
Well, I have to get to this story, Allie, because we know that how complicit the Biden administration was on getting these unaccompanied minors across the border into this country and then essentially losing them. But I don't think anybody understood until Pam Bondi took the podium and said exactly how complicit. Guys, this is not going to be easy to hear, but take a listen.
Just this week, Joint Task Force Alpha took 4 major enforcement actions. Right here in Tampa, we unsealed the indictment charging 12 defendants operating a massive, right here in Tampa, a massive illegal smuggling ring. The defendants engaged in a conspiracy to bring illegal aliens from Cuba to the U.S. for profit. They coached their clients, including children, who came to airports alone, came to our country alone, were put on planes for connecting flights, lied to Border Patrol agents due to coaching, and law enforcement. They charged up to $40,000 per victim. They used Zelle to transfer over $7 million over the course of this scheme, and I believe had profits, cash of over $18 million.
On Biden's watch.
When are the, okay, thank you, Pam Bondi. When are the arrests coming, ma'am?
Girl, I thought the same thing.
Thank you for the information. When are we going to start seeing arrests for these folks, for the people that have caused the open border? I get that we're taking out the little guy, but I need the big head honcho taken out, like respectfully in handcuffs, taken out in handcuffs. That's what I mean. Not like violently. Don't clip that without context, y'all, because I know how some of y'all like to do.
Absolutely.
But this is egregious, and this is the cost of open borders and extremely terrible leadership.
Well, and it all weaves together. We say bad leadership and incompetence. That comes from really bad elections, which comes from not having secure elections. Because I say it all the time. We talk about California. We joke about it. And I have loved ones there that are like, somebody was saying the other day, well, you know, our friend Conservative Ant, he's like, when are the people in California going to wake up and ask for different leadership? And I love that. He was half kind of joking, but I believe largely they are. They just don't have, they have stolen elections because they have illegals voting. You do not present, you have to present an ID to buy alcohol in California. You have to present an ID to use the hospitals. You have to present an ID when you're driving a vehicle. You do not have to present an ID to cast a vote. Crazy.
Wild.
Just craziness. But this is how, this is the innocence of a nation that's lost, because you think it's just elections and it's just the governor of California. No, it's then replicated in who we have at the national level. And then this is what happens. You smuggle kids across the border for profit. Hey, you know what, Allie? Where are all of our people that are so up in arms about for-profit schools? Are they okay with a for-profit child sex trafficking ring?
That part. Oh, but don't bring that up, because then, you know, you get all kinds of name called and booed and slur cuss words. It's all great.
Hiss.
It's lovely.
They hiss.
They hiss. They hiss.
When I speak, they hiss.
Literally, I have heard it. It is wild. No wonder why I'm like, what is that? Is that a demon? Like, I rebuke it in the name of Jesus. Are we at a school board meeting, or do you need an exorcism? What is happening behind me right now? And they're old. Like, they're old. And I'm just like, you are supposed to be the example, ma'am. Really? It's wild.
It's wild. We should go live from a school board meeting at some point. Can we fast forward to the 2028 elections? And I know, like, don't skip past 2026, guys, because we need to all show up for the midterms. But apparently there's a new presidential election winner graph. Okay, and people have thrown out there that, you know, the smooth haircut, Gavin Newsom, you know, Ken without the brain kind of thing. Like, he might be somebody that people might like. Tell me he doesn't look like a Ken doll. He would make a good Ken doll. There's nothing inside. Nothing inside. Anyway, take a look at what they're saying between J.D. Vance and Newsom, that J.D. Vance is by far a favorite pick in a 2028 election, beating Newsom by only 10%. What's wrong with you, America? Who's voting for this maniac?
I don't know. I didn't get asked, so I don't know.
Well, it'll be even more interesting to see if we can get the right to agree on who should be up there, because I don't know, may the best person win. And I said person, not man, because we don't know. You never know. You never know. I guess we'll close with this. Our beautiful, beautiful, wonderful, adorable First Lady, Melania, visited at Delalio Elementary School. She visited young children. And, kids are weird in that it's like puppies. I feel like they know good character. And they know somebody that's safe, largely. Like, you can watch children, and they kind of have a temperature gauge. Watch how much they love her. Let's take a look.
Get it? Yep. Cutting things on top. So just watch that other thumb.
Allie, did you hear what she said?
Oh my gosh.
Not only was there back and forth of "you're beautiful," "no, you're beautiful," she said, I was worried about you. And she kind of scoots closer. It's like,
it's just adorable. Oh, ovaries.
She said ovaries. Nope, not here. But yes, Allie.
Oh, I love
you can keep making
it.
babies.
It is just adorable. It is just the most cutest thing on the planet. I love babies. I love our kids. I do. I really, really do. They're just the cutest, most innocent little things.
And at the end of the day, I think probably between the left and right, and even on the right, there's probably things that we can all agree on, right? Like, I think most people would think that was just a precious interaction if you didn't know it was somebody with the last name Trump, if that didn't trigger you first. But I hope that we can get back to a place of some kind of camaraderie where we're rallying around the same goals as far as, broadly, like success of America, good paying jobs, low prices at the gas station, safe schools, like, I think those are things we can all agree on, hopefully. But thought that was just really cute. And we needed something cute and soft and cuddly to end our day on, because today was another one of those.
Oh my
Hold
gosh.
on.
I'm like, is it noon yet? Can we have a drink? It's been a day.
Noon?
Yesterday.
I thought you were going to say, Allie, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. I'm just saying.
Girl.
5 o'clock somewhere. It's always 5 o'clock. Guys, I hope you guys... Good.
No, I was just going to say, it's just, you got to keep going.
Yep. Got to keep keeping on. Guys, thank you so much for joining us on Open Mic. Please make sure, if you're not already, follow at Real Allie Leger, at Michelle Posey, and at Open Mic Ladies on all platforms. We will be here tomorrow live, 10 a.m. Allie will be in studio with our wonderful special guest, governor candidate for the state of Texas, and really just a firebrand America First patriot. Doc Pete Chambers will be joining us remotely, and he's always fun to talk to. So keep it locked here, guys. Make sure you contact us at contact@openmicladies.com if you have a suggestion for a story that we haven't covered already.
All right, you guys. Make sure that you are involved. Sharpest tip of the spear in your circle of influence, and stay above the distraction. Y'all later.
Thank you. Bye.